Hey guys, so as you can see behind me there's a Gigi Grant bed, and I'm going to show you guys how to make the Gigi Grant bed. This is my very first Monster High bed tutorial. I've done all the Ever After High girls, but I want to do Monster High after I finish the Ever After High dolls, well, the ones that are out now anyways. So the first one I did was for Gigi Grant. I think it turned out great. I can't wait to show you guys how I did it, and so that you guys can make it at home. She matches it really well, as you can see. So this is also the very first round bed that I've done, so this is kind of a cool tutorial, but I'm going to show you guys how to do this bed right behind me, so let's get started. Alright, so here's a picture I kind of drew up of my Gigi Grant of what I want it to look like, and I went ahead and labeled it with all the different colors that I want to use in it. So, to get this bed round, the simplest way, for me anyways, and I'm sure all you guys have a plate, is just grab a dinner plate, and I'm going to trace it onto my styrofoam, and I would just say your dinner plate needs to be big enough so that your doll can like lay across it, because it has to be big enough for, you know, the doll to sleep on. So this size is actually perfect. So I'm just going to lay this down and draw out a circle, trace a circle. So I went ahead and cut out my foam piece, and then for the bottom I've just cut out 2 strips. They are long enough. They're about 9 inches, and I've only made them 2 inches high. I don't want the bed to be very high off the ground, because I feel like the bed should be shorter for it to be genie style. So I'm just going to hot glue these to the bottom here just so it stands up by itself. Alright, so now I glued the bottom portion on my bed, and it's standing up on its own right here. So next thing we're going to do is take another one of these dowel rods that I got from Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to go ahead and glue this knob on top. This just kind of helps it stay up, but you'll just go ahead and see this little wooden peg. You can slide that on there and then glue it on. And then just pick anywhere on the bed and glue it on. Just kind of tack it to right here to the edge. Alright, so now I have my one pole glued on, and I figured out when I just glued it to just the round part itself, it was really wobbly. So I just cut out a piece of styrofoam and just glued it to this pole just to give it a little bit more stability. So now it stays up and it doesn't really wobble much. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint our pole black. Now I have a pole painted black, and you don't have to paint it black, you can paint whatever color you want to. I just think that black is going to work best for what we're doing. So next you're going to take your 2, I have these colored fabrics which match Gigi's shirt really well. And for her bedspread I'm going to make half of it the blue and half of it the pink. So I'm going to actually just lay out my fabric, lay it like this, and then what I'll do is I'll just lay my plate down, and I'll just cut out half of this circle. Let's up better so you guys can see it. Oops. So what I'll do is I'll just cut out half of this fabric in this color, and then the other half in the blue. Just make sure that whenever you do cut out the half, that you leave a little bit of room as you cut around the plate for a seam, because we're going to be adding some more fabric to go for the skirt of the bed. So don't cut exactly on the plate, you want to make it a little bit bigger, that way it fits on your bed nice and smooth. And also we're going to be sewing these 2 together, so you want to make sure that you cut it a little bit longer than halfway, because we're going to have a seam right down the middle, and we want to make sure that it fits over our bed right. So I'll go ahead and finish cutting out this side, and then I'll take the blue, cut out the other circle, and then I'll sew it together. Alright, so now we have our fabric sewn together, so it kind of matches her shirt. For the bottom, I'm just actually going to sew around the whole entire circle, like a skirt, and I'm going to use this black. It's the same type of fabric as that, only it's black. So I'm going to do that. And what I'll do is just cut out rectangles. Long rectangles, probably about 1.5 inches or 2.5 inches wide, and just cut out several of them and sew it and bunch it as I go, so it's kind of ripply, so it has that effect. So now I have my bed sheet sewn together, and it's okay if you have this piece right here not sewn together, because you're going to need something to go around this little slit that we did anyways for this pole. So you can just go ahead and lay The next thing that we're going to work on is doing this drape from here. So you're going to take whatever fabric that you used, and I'm using like this gold, really shiny, drapey fabric to do this. And basically, you can just take it, I don't want the gold to face this way, and what you'll do is you'll kind of put a little knot like that around there, and you'll just tie this right up here at the top. Right here, you'll just tie this with a string, or if you got like a little hairband or something, you can tie it, and then you can just kind of drape it around the bed. Okay, so now we have that tied there at the top, and then I have lots of fabric. You don't have to have this much, but I want it to be really drapey, so I wanted it to kind of like lay on the ground and, you know, just look really cool. So you don't have to use this much fabric, but this type of fabric works perfect because it looks kind of fancy and it drapes really well, like that. So the next thing you're going to do is take whatever color fabric that you want and make a bunch of pillows, because genies need lots of pillows because they're in their lamp for a long time, so they need lots of pillows. So I have all these pillows drawn on my little thing here. If you haven't seen how you do that, basically you just cut out 2 square pieces of fabric like this one, and you'll turn them in on each other, and then you'll just sew it together and leave like a little bitty opening, turn it inside out, and then you can stuff it with toilet paper or cotton or extra fabric or whatever you want. So I'm going to go ahead and make quite a few pillows for this, and then we'll be back and we'll pretty much be done. Alright, I have all my pillows sewn on here, and our GG Grant bed is all finished. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this Monster High GG Grant bed tutorial. I hope it helped some of you out if you're trying to make her bed, or I just hope you enjoyed watching it if you're just here to see how I made the bed. So I will see you guys later. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. Bye.